Welcome back. I am so excited about this video because it's something that I finally get to talk about and what I've been wanting to talk about, which is my first single off of the album. That's right, the album that I announced 2 years ago, this time next year. The first single is happening on September 25th. So on September 25th, set your alarms, put it in your calendars. My very first single off my album is out and it is called Call Me Crazy. That title changes meaning a few times throughout the song, so I'm just so excited about this song. Please make sure to set your alarm, September 25th. Put it in your calendar. Follow me on Spotify. I'm gonna link that down below. It's gonna be my most active platform soon, so make sure to follow me on Spotify. Guys, this is a sound that you have not heard from me yet, but it's the sound that I've always wanted. Literally from the beginning of my music career, from Out Loud, I've always wanted to have this sound and this style and genre, and I feel like this song is such a good representation of who I am as an artist. And the music video is so out of control epic. It is the best, most professional, high production thing I've ever done. And I know that I say that every music video, but guess what? Your girl likes to one-up herself. I always want to be improving. I never want to stop changing and becoming better. So this music video, it's so outside of my comfort zone, but I feel like it's actually who I am. And you'll see what I mean when the music video comes out. So again, September 25th. I just can't believe that I'm finally putting out a single from the album. I literally announced the album 2 EPs ago. So it's about time. This is such a breath of fresh air for me, and I just cannot wait to finally get started on this project that I've been working on for 3 years. But another reason I'm really excited about this video is I get to talk about my very first love, which is writing. I am a writer above everything else. I literally got into and paid for college on my writing. I love being an artist. I absolutely love performing, but my true passion lies in songwriting. It gives me a thrill and a fulfillment like nothing else. My favorite part of the process is writing a song and then getting to a studio and hearing the song. So I'm really excited to start focusing part of my career in the songwriting direction. I'm not somebody who particularly strives or thrives in the spotlight, as you guys may know. Bully! And honestly, I really am not great with attention, especially as I get older. I've always been a really shy person, which a lot of people that see me on the internet don't know or believe, but everybody in my real life who's ever known me knows that I'm actually pretty shy. Like, if I could just chill and write music for the Charlie and Dixie D'Amelios of the world, or like Little Mix, I'd be elated. So when Trisha asked me to write her a song, I was so excited, but it's mine now. For obvious reasons, but like she said, she wanted to work on a song together. I worked on a song and I absolutely love it. It might be my favorite song on the album. Well, no, there's a lot of really good songs on that album. In fact, my manager, who has heard the whole album, said that this is the worst song on the album. But everybody who's just heard this song and nothing else on the album says it's the best song that I've ever done. So get ready for this album. But yeah, I worked on this song. I love this song, so I'm not just gonna toss it because she doesn't want it. And in fact, I couldn't actually be happier with the way that things worked out and that it is mine, because even after I wrote it, I was like, but I want it. So now that it is mine, let's talk about it. But before we talk about it, and before people start coming at me with like, you're digging up drama for attention for your music, listen, this video has no hate or malice attached to it, literally at all. I'm not exposing anyone or anything or literally starting any drama. I've never made a video bashing Trisha, and I will not. But considering the number of like videos and TikToks that she has done as a way to try and hurt me kind of repeatedly, I just feel like I deserve to be able to talk about my music and give context to the song and tell the story of my music and where it came from, just like any artist with any song. And that's just how I feel about it. I feel that this last year was truly a really difficult time in my life, and her videos and her contribution really did affect my life and shape who I am today in a very big way. Like, really everything started from this past year, from her first video. So for me to ignore this part of my life or ignore the story behind what I'm writing about and what I'm talking about would be inauthentic. So this is really just me telling a story about something that really affected me and really affected my life and my career and pretty much everything. So, she's made a lot of videos, she's made a lot of TikToks, and when somebody's kind of coming at you like that and putting you down, there's two paths. You can get mad, or you can get inspired. So I got inspired and made one of the most epic, dope songs and music videos of my career. And also the one other thing that I just really want to make clear is, even though this song may sound like a diss track, it's not. This song was written about Trisha, but you have to remember it was written for Trisha, to be sung by Trisha. So coming from me singing about a song that's about her life and her relationship, I could see where it would be taken in a way that's like, okay, shady. But just remember, this song was never meant to be sung by me, even though again, I'm really glad it is because it is a very, very special project. So let's get into it. As you guys may know, Trisha has always been a big fan of my music, like from the start.
Say what you mean out loud. Say what you mean out loud.
And then we, as a lot of you may know, had some issues, and then we actually worked them out. So we had talked about everything that came out later on the internet in November. We talked about that in May of 2019. After that is when she was actually singing my music on her story.
I know who you were from the start. I just hope you'd prove me wrong. This is gonna hurt, this is gonna hurt. It's genius.
And I said, let me write a song to you. But to my surprise, she hearted it, and then she was like, I'm so down. And then she just went on to say that she really loved my music and my lyrics and that she related to it a lot. And we had this really lovely conversation just about relationships and pain and songwriting and friendships and self-esteem. And I said, again, if you ever want to work on a song together, let me know. And she said, I'm honored. Sincerely. And listen, here's the thing. I am a real ass bitch. Like, I'm not the person who's gonna say, let's make plans and then never hang out, or the person that says I'm gonna do something and not do it. If you say something to me and I agree, like, I mean it. So if you say to me, let's work on a song together, I'd be honored for you to write for me. I take it to heart. Like, I'm gonna actually do it. But right after the conversation, the gears just started turning. Like, I've never once sat down and been like, okay, I'm gonna write a song today. What am I gonna write about? Or tried to come up with a melody. My songwriting process is when a song comes to me, I write it. So at this point, I had just finished my EP, To a Mirror, and I was so hungry for inspiration. I had nothing going on in my life that was worth writing about, and I was so excited about the opportunity to write from the lens of somebody else. So desperate and excited for material, my brain was in the mode of, okay, how do I write this from her perspective? And you not, this song started writing itself. It really flows into each other from verse to pre-chorus into the chorus. It's almost like one fluid thing. And the song was so easy to write. I wrote this entire song in probably about 30 minutes. So when it comes to songwriting, obviously I am really used to writing for myself, but this song, I obviously was looking at the perspective of Trisha. So I thought, what does everybody collectively know about Trisha? What is something that completely embodies her as far as what is public? Every line in this song, as specific as it is to Trisha, is something that she's talked about publicly in either her vlog or her ex's vlog or her ex's friend's vlog. So Trisha in a nutshell, what do we think of when we think of Trisha? I feel like I'm in school. One major thing about her is she doesn't like to take herself too seriously. She loves joking about herself and her personality and her different types of personality traits. She refers to herself as a hot mess and owns the fact that she is a hot mess. Like, I think she really tries to own that whole, like, I'm a fucking mess vibe. And she also owns the whole being crazy thing. And she talks about, like, yeah, whatever, I'm a crazy bitch, I do crazy stuff. She even has a song out called Crazy and Desperate. So I know that I was kind of in the right field for this. She is super theatrical and high energy in her performances, and she actually does have acting skills. And she likes theater in general, so I wanted to add in some character vocals. And generally, she just likes some really fun, bright. But this song is actually an alternative / rock song. It's not pop, but it's very bright, kind of like pop punk, actually. That's kind of what I would refer to this song as, loosely. So then, once I had the kind of general feeling of who Trisha is and what she represents and what she puts out there down, I wanted to focus on some specific moments and thoughts and feelings that I think a lot of us can probably relate to. Overall, I think that Trisha feels really misunderstood, so I really wanted to capture that in this song. I think that she projects her insecurities onto others and deflects a lot. I think that she masks her own insecurities by being really flamboyant and over the top, and, you know, the clothes and the shoes, the nails, the tanning, the cars, the fashion, the bragging about the money. I think a lot of people would look at that and say that she's vain and self-obsessed, but I have a feeling and a hunch that it's actually insecurity. Like, I have this theory that people who look in the mirrors most often don't always love themselves the most. A lot of times they're looking in the mirror because they're uncomfortable and they're checking. They want to make sure everything looks okay. So the very first line that was written of this song is, I'm just a little insecure, but it might come off like I'm self-obsessive. And then boom, that's my theme of the verses. It's basically, this is who you think I am versus this is who I actually am. That really pulls together that whole, like, I'm misunderstood, this is what you see, but this is the truth kind of thing. I also like to write very personally because I feel like the best music, or at least the music that I really connect to and gravitate towards the most, is music that is very specific to the artist. I love storytelling. I love storytellers. Now, I know how Trisha feels, and we all know how Trisha feels about music being too specific to the artist.
You might be the worst songwriter in the world. Every single one of your songs are so niche and so To you, it will never be mainstream. You're 30. You're not the best singer. We know you don't write your own music, okay, Gabby? Like,
but I wrote this over a year ago, so. For example, there's one story in somebody's vlog where Trisha admits to blocking the door so that Jason can't leave.
She sat right here.
Wait.
She sat here like a prison guard. And I was like, Trisha, get out of the way. I'm going home. I want to go home. I need some time to myself. She's like, no.
Holy shit. Is this true?
Yeah.
So when I saw that clip back when I was writing the song, I thought this could be a really powerful moment and image because this is something that I'm assuming Trisha's not particularly proud of, and I think that it's something that she probably feels misunderstood about. So I wanted to give her the opportunity to flip that into something artistic and positive and really own it and take it back instead of letting people just bring it up over and over to bash her. So I wrote that moment into it because whether or not you physically have sat in front of a door to block somebody from leaving, or if you in general in other ways have tried to stop somebody from leaving a relationship or tried to convince somebody to stay when they were trying to leave, I think that trying to hold on to somebody you love and keep them near you is something that a lot of people can relate to. So even though that line is literal, it's also a pretty clear and simple metaphor that I think kind of transcends her specific situation. And that kind of goes back to the overall theme of this song, which when I look at Trisha, and I think the reason a lot of people started watching her in the first place is I feel like she is a hyperbolic version of what we all feel. So all of the feelings that we feel, she feels it and shows it times 100. I also know that she's had some trouble with getting accepted by his friends. I obviously know very little about this, but them trying to encourage him to end the relationship. But overall, there's just a lot of storytelling that is very true and specific to her, but I believe also transcends into everybody else on some level or the other. We've all had the relationship or two, or maybe three, where we weren't our best selves or we acted crazy because we were crazy for somebody. Which leads me to the hook of the song, which is about being a mess, being intense, causing tension, and being called crazy for your emotions. But at the end of the day, laughing it off because that's what made him want you in the first place. Because let's face it, some dudes just fucking live for the crazy. And it's taking the power back and being called crazy by men because men love to call women crazy when they're emotional. I also wanted to make sure to capture something that I feel really is almost Trisha's mission statement in life, and I feel like she's talked about this over the years. By the way, just so everybody knows, I've been watching Trisha's videos for like 5 years or something. Obviously, I've stopped in recent, months or a year. But over the years, I've heard her say, yes, I'm toxic, yes, I'm crazy, and yes, she hurts people, but below it all, it's love. And she's somebody who just wants to give her all and all of her love to people. If she loves you, she'll give you anything. So another line that kind of wrote itself is, I just want you to know that I do just about anything for you, call. Which I think summarizes the sentiment very nicely into one little pre-chorus. So as far as all of the videos and the things that Trisha has said about me, it's hard for me to be upset because I feel like I can understand her in some ways. And I really don't think that Trisha wants to hurt people. I don't think she likes to be viewed as a villain. I don't think she wakes up every day and says, I want people to not like me today. I think that she just overall wants to protect herself, and she feels like hurting others sometimes is the only way to do that. Reject before you get rejected, hurt before you get hurt, ruin them before you're ruined. And I'm not saying that I like it or it feels good or that it's okay. I'm saying that I can empathize. It is toxic and it is wrong, but what I see in all of that lashing out is a lot of misdirected pain and anger as a result of feeling so misunderstood for so long. And I don't know if I'm right or wrong. I'm not a licensed therapist. I can feel that. So I don't want to give too much of the song away, but it was written to be Trisha's anthem. And I really feel like it embodies 1,000,000,000% of everything that Trisha is in a way that was powerful for her to express on her own. However, she obviously is not using it, and I'm very glad that I am, because this song actually turned into my anthem. Like, I feel like, yes, this was her song to, but it's kind of my song to the internet. So hey guys, September 25th, please listen to the song, and trust me, you're not gonna want to miss the video. This song, as my song that I'm putting out, has been such a blessing to me. I'm playing this character that's outside of myself, and it's allowed me to really just loosen up and break free and break out of my shell. Really loosen up in my performance, like stop being so insecure about my movements and my faces. And I think that it really shaped who I am as an artist and kind of pulled out of me the artist that I've always wanted to be and was never able to express. This song is a completely new era for me. It's a completely new look for me. It's a completely new sound for me. And let's keep it real, it all came from Trisha. Not only is she the reason I wrote the song, she's the reason I'm putting out the song, because I'm putting it out because of everything that I've been through from the last year, which all started with Trisha's video. Like, that was the very first thing that just kind of kicked off everybody kind of jumping on. And hey, everybody jumping on that bandwagon, I'm gonna keep it real. It was a living, breathing hell, and it pushed me to my brink of sanity. Bullies! The point of being crazy. But hey, call me crazy. I think that I really turned my tragedy into a work of art on this one. That is it, guys. I hope that you are so excited for the song. I can't express to you how excited I am for this song, and especially this music video. Please, 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 please subscribe, turn on notifications, or follow me on Spotify, or set it in your alarms. Whatever you have to do to get to the video and see it when it's out would be greatly, greatly appreciated. While I'm here, might as well plug my book. It is not out yet by the time you've seen this, but it is available for pre-order. Everybody who pre-orders the book gets an exclusive coloring book and a snack hacks and recipe book. Trisha, if you would like to be added to PR. There's also lots of exclusive prizes that you can get by pre-ordering, like a one-on-one FaceTime with me, art prints of some of my paintings. Somebody will win an iPad, which is what I use to illustrate. So yeah, guys, September 25th. Thank you guys so much for watching. These are my patrons. Thank you guys so much for supporting me so much through everything. A lot of them have already heard this song, and I've heard a lot of my unreleased songs. I could not do this without you guys. Seriously, like, you are my record label, and I could not do music without you. Literally, I couldn't do music without you. So thank you so much. I don't have a sign off anyway. Guys, I have to have a sign off. Will you leave in the comments what my sign off should be? Or should I just say bye? I guess I'll just say bye. Bye.